Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article that's from NBC News. Now this was published on October 25th and it's by Kate Snow and Anna Schechter. The reason why I'm covering this is because NBC, like the legacy media, jumped on the whole Kavanaugh freaking train. They got one of Avenatti's clients. I think they were more like, you know, his pawns to push his agenda, because he's got a little taste of things after, you know, representing Stormy Daniels, which makes me wonder how she paid for her legal bills. I'm wondering if she fucked and sucked him in lieu of payment, on the note of cash. But he got a little taste of things. And he just got ballsier and ballsier, and he kind of tipped his hand. And the legacy media outlets, like I said, like with NBC, they jumped on. And in particular, they interviewed one of his people that he was representing, one of the women. And basically what she did was walk her shit back on NBC News after, in a sworn statement, a sworn affidavit to the FBI, said a different story. She should be, because of this, because it's against the law to do that, she should be facing the same exact charges that Michael Flynn and all these other people got on the note of the supposed Russia investigation, the Trump witch hunt. You know, like Manafort got charged with the lying to the FBI, I believe. For like a misstatement with something, the same, you know, which it was a misstatement. It was not an all-right lie, but because it was different than the affidavit, they got charged with basically what amounts to lying to the FBI. It's exactly what she did. She should be up on charges for that. Avenatti, as part of it, should be up on charges for something criminal, because I mean he's clearly, you know, doing shady, shifty, sleazy things that, I mean, from a legal standpoint, I mean, I'm no attorney, but I mean, it seems like he could be breaking a law or two here or there. So the title, New Questions Raised About Avenatti Claims Regarding Kavanaugh. And then the subtitle, you know, it's a quote here. I do not like that he twisted my words, one woman says of lawyer Michael Avenatti. So let's get into the article here. When Senator Chuck Grassley referred attorney Michael Avenatti and his client Julie Swetnick to the Justice Department for criminal investigation Thursday, he cited Swetnick's interview with NBC News as evidence the two were trying to mislead the Senate Judiciary Committee. Well, no shit. See, the left spurgs out. They think that Kavanaugh, almost a direct replacement for Kennedy, is going to bring the court somehow further right. They've been spurting out since they lost the 2016 presidential election. They feel like they're losing everything. Of course, they're going to try to mislead the Senate Judiciary Committee to try to stop Kavanaugh from being appointed. I mean, you are literally dealing with people that in their minds can justify doing whatever, because to them it's by any means necessary. Which is funny, because they believe that they're the moral superiors. Yet, they are willing to go deep into the shit and still try to claim that they're better, and that they're the ones that, you know, should be revealed, you know, and worshipped and all this. I mean, which it's funny because, you know, I kind of, at the end, ranted a little bit about the skeptics, but it kind of works in here too. I mean, this is what the skeptics do. And with their latest shit going on now, I mean, more gay ops involving Tonka Saw, Kraut, V, Sargon, with the fact of Kraut's running everything by him. So it seems to me like he's got more of a hand into it than just, you know, someone who's got an ear open. I think it's more along the lines of he might be guiding and directing things. I mean, this is just my opinion, but they try to claim to be they're the moral superiors, but they will go like, up to their necks in the shit. Actually, they wallow in shit like pigs. But, and try to claim they're the moral superiors. Yet, same exact thing going on here. And they're trying to be like, well, we're better. And they go after these people on the left. And they're just as bad. It's ridiculous how these people, from a left perspective, because Sargon is left, V is definitely left, Crowd is sure as shit is left. Anyone who's on the left these days can justify whatever the fuck they want to justify, you know, on the note of their actions. Get neck deep in the shit. And then try to claim to be a moral superior. It's so fucked up how the people on the left think this is like normal. Because that's exactly what these assholes with Kavanaugh tried to do. Avenatti included. Oh, we're better. Well, they're friggin' trying to drag this guy into the shit that they're in. We're morally superior. We're clean. Yet they reek of, like, you know, a freaking pig pen that hadn't been cleaned out, that was just, you know, it wasn't mud. It was just all pig shit. Liquefied, mushy pig shit that they were rolling around in. In the NBC News interview that aired on October 1st, Swetnick backtracked on or contradicted parts of her sworn statement where she alleged she witnessed then Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh cause girls to become inebriated and disoriented so they could then be gang raped in a side room or a bedroom by a train of boys. Yeah. See, what's funny is she should have just doubled down with her fucking story at that point. Because she had already filled out the sworn affidavit. She had already, you know, with the FBI. Walking it back just made her commit a criminal charge, because now the sworn statement, the sworn affidavit, now says it has a contradictory. So it's like she lied to the FBI, and she should be investigated and charged with that. I mean, at least she got a fucking conscience when she was on NBC News and went, well, well, I never witnessed that. Or, well, okay, this is a different story. I mean, yeah. NBC News also found other apparent inconsistencies in a second sworn statement from another woman whose statement Avenatti provided to the Senate Judiciary Committee in a bid to bolster Swetnick's claims. Because the first woman, she was interviewed by the FBI. She should be facing criminal charges. That's why she was referred to with Avenatti to the DOJ. The second one was just a sworn statement. She's probably a little bit luckier. In the second statement, the unidentified woman said she witnessed Kavanaugh spike the punch at a high school parties in order to sexually take advantage of girls. But less than 48 hours before Avenatti released her sworn statement on Twitter, the same woman told NBC News a different story. Sounds to me like, at least with this second woman, Avenatti put words into her mouth, so to speak, with the statement. Referring to Kavanaugh spiking the punch, I didn't ever think it was Brett, the woman said to reporters in a phone interview arranged by Avenatti on September 30th, after repeated requests to speak with other witnesses who might corroborate Swetnick's claims. As soon as the call began, the woman said she never met Swetnick in high school and never saw her at parties and only had become friends with her when they were both in their 30s. Wow. I mean, you know, I'm surprised NBC's covering this shit, because all these women, Avenatti, every one of them, they kind of served their purpose. You'd think they would try to keep quiet about this. You know, they served their purpose. It failed. They just, you know, want to get rid of that whole part of what happened. They just want you to be like, nothing to see there. And yet they're reporting on this. When asked in the phone interview if she ever witnessed Kavanaugh act inappropriately towards girls, the woman replied, no. She did describe a culture of heavy drinking in high school that she took part in, and said Kavanaugh and his friends Mark Judge were part of that group. Yeah? So what? It was fucking legal. It was legal to drink at 18 back then. So, it's not like today where, oh, underage drinking. No, I mean, they were legal. In a statement Thursday about his referral of Swetnick and Avenatti for criminal investigation, Grassley said, when a well-meaning citizen comes forward with information relevant to the committee's work, I take it seriously. But in the heat of partisan moments, some do try to knowingly mislead the committee. That's unfair to my colleagues, the nominees, and others providing information who are seeking truth. And he's dead on balls right with that. You know, I'm glad to see that Republicans are now, I don't know if these guys are taking testosterone replacement. You know, they talked to like Joe Rogan and said, man, who's the guy hooking you up with your tea? I got like low tea going on. I mean, they got balls again. And they're like actually liking the idea of winning and not fucking it up, which the Republicans are infamous for. And they're also infamous for, well, we just want to get along. So we'll give you this and that and the other thing with the left. Now they're no longer doing that shit. It's nice to see. I mean, false left-right paradigm, you know, notwithstanding, but it's nice to see. And I mean, the thing is if you go and you fuck with a Senate committee like that, you lie, you should seriously be facing some major repercussion for that. Like criminally, legally, and societally, you know? You should be looked at down the nose looked at by people down their noses. Because you're pretty fucking scummy for pulling that shit. You know, on the left, I'm sure especially with the far left, they're making these people, whether they were truthful or not, if it came out they all lied, they would still probably be considered heroes with those fuckwits. They probably would. Avenatti responded in a statement to NBC News saying, Senator Grassley has just made a major mistake. Let the investigation into Kavanaugh and his lies begin. Oh. Really? You're going to run an investigation on Kavanaugh? Okay, Avenatti, where are you? Who are you? Let me guess. You've got like documents forgers and shit like that you've represented, and you're now gonna have them fabricate fucking evidence or some shit. And I love how it's like, well, you didn't suck my dick. You just basically said that I should be investigated. Don't fuck with me. You just made a major mistake. We're going to go after Kavanaugh. Why? Because you can't go after Grassley? Because you got no dirt on him? You don't have any dirt on Kavanaugh. All your shit is now coming out making you look like, you should be disbarred. You sleazebag. Kavanaugh and Judge denied the allegations leveled by Swetnick and other women. Avenatti asked about the inconsistencies within the second woman's account, said it's a sworn declaration that she read and signed and repeatedly stood behind. I got a feeling she didn't fucking read it if she signed it and this is legit, but yeah. Because, I mean, they go in here and she actually says, well, I never said that. According to the second woman's declaration that Avenatti provided to the Senate Judiciary Committee, she said, during the years 1981 and 82, I witnessed firsthand Brett Kavanaugh, together with others, spike the punch at house parties I attended with Quaaludes and or grain alcohol. Quaaludes? There was actually still Quaaludes floating around back then? Okay. I understood this was being done for the purpose of making girls more likely to engage in sexual acts and less likely to say no. On the same note, these guys are all drinking that punch as well. if this were the case, I think between the Quaaludes and the friggin' grain alcohol, you're talking major levels of whiskey dick. I don't think they're going to be able to perform. If they can't perform, it's not like they can, you know, do an Eiffel Tower or what they're now taking and using retroactively because it was never used as a term back then for an Eiffel Tower. An Eiffel Tower was used, but the Devil's Triangle or whatever the fuck they're doing now. But yeah, so I think you'd have the performance issues if you're talking taking Quaaludes and grain alcohol. Quaaludes and Everclear is going to make it so Mr. Winky don't, you know, rise to attention. At least I would think. I mean, even with virile young 18-year-old men. I mean, because Quaaludes, man, they make you shit. They get you like Tommy John, man. You be like this, man. Then you add like alcohol on top of it, man. And you get like really fucked up, man. I just don't, because you're talking about, I mean, it's openly admitted they're heavy drinkers. They're drinking the punch. If there's lewds and Everclear in there, yeah, good luck getting it up. Good luck standing up. The statement also said that Kavanaugh was overly aggressive and verbally abusive to girls. This conduct included inappropriate physical contact with girls of a sexual nature. But reached by phone independently from Avenatti on October 3rd, the woman said she only skimmed the declaration. After reviewing the statement, she wrote in a text on October 4th to NBC News, "It is incorrect that I saw Brett spike the punch. I didn't see anyone spike the punch. It was clear that I was very clear with Michael Avenatti from day one." So what we have here, from what it sounds like, is Avenatti didn't expect her to read it, put a bunch of shit in, and got what he wanted. A dumb person who trusted him, who signed off on this. At least that's what it might be. When pressed about the abusive behavior towards girls, she wrote in a text, "I would not ever allow anyone to be abusive in my presence, male or female." Yeah. Another thing that contradicts Avenatti here. I mean, Avenatti should seriously be disbarred right now and sanctioned on top, disbarred, sanctioned, and be under criminal investigation. No ifs, ands, or buts. And as part of that investigation, they should look into how Stormy Daniels paid for his legal services. Because I think it was a little bit of suck and fuck myself. And that would just be fucking funny, because it would show what a sleazy, slutty whore she is. Shortly after tweeting out the woman's allegations on October 2nd, Avenatti confirmed to NBC News that it was the same woman interviewed by phone on September 30th. But when questioned on October 3rd about the discrepancies between what she said in the phone interview and the serious allegations in the sworn declaration, sorry for the chuckle, but we're getting to something good here. But the sworn declaration, Avenatti said he was disgusted with NBC News. At one point, in an apparent effort to thwart the reporting process, he added in the phone call, "How about this? On background, it's not the same woman. What are you going to do with that?" It's like he's a fucking child. He's a spurging fucking child. He gets caught in his shit, shows that he's a shyster, sleazy fucking attorney, and acts like a child. And this guy has political aspirations. Well, funny thing is politicians are, in a lot of cases, just as sleazy as him. Look at Feinstein. I mean, she was clearly fucking conspiring with this shitbag. At least from my perspective, in my opinion, it looked that way. I mean, how sleazy do you have to be? You get caught in your shit. And you go, "Oh, well, it's not the same woman." Phone records can fucking easily prove that, you shitbag. Desperate little fuckwit. Wow. This is funny shit. Avenatti, I knew his day was going to come. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. I figured he would throw his hat in the ring for political office. And, you know, the shit would start flinging like, you know, monkeys at the zoo. And his would stick to the wall. I didn't think it would be this soon that you would be seeing stuff like this on him, on the note of shit being dragged up. It's beautiful. After NBC News received text messages from the woman refuting some of the claims in the declaration, NBC reached out again to Avenatti, who defended the declaration. Wow. This is funny. He's pushing this shit that, yeah, it's true. You got to believe it. It's true. The woman said this, and she's going, no, I didn't. You got to believe me. Dude, you're a fucking attorney. Last people to believe are fucking attorneys. No offense to attorneys out there, but a lot of you are fucking lying sleazebags. I have no idea what you're talking about, he said in a text. I have a signed declaration that states otherwise, together with multiple audio recordings where she stated exactly what is in the declaration. There were also multiple witnesses to our discussions. Okay, produce that then. Real easy. You got the audio recordings, Avenatti? Produce them. The statement's public knowledge. Release the tapes. It's that easy. He sent a follow-up message moments later. I just confirmed with her yet again that everything in the declarations is true or correct. Avenatti said. She must have been confused by her question. Like she's fucking stupid. Roughly 5 minutes later, the woman sent a formally worded text backing Avenatti. Please understand that everything in the declaration is true and you should not contact me anymore regarding this issue, the text read. Now this is what's funny. It's real easy to spoof someone's number these days. It would be real easy for Avenatti to spoof this person's number and send this formally written text message that looks like it was written by a fucking lawyer. But when reached by phone minutes later, the woman again insisted that she never saw Kavanaugh spike punch or act inappropriately towards women. She said she had been consistent in what she told Michael. So, basically, somehow they're getting texts from her. So would he clone her phone or is he spoofing the number? Sending text messages out. Because that's what it looks like. I mean, because right after, you know, they're calling her up and she's like, I never fucking said that. So on and so forth. It's just fucked up shit. Avenatti, I can't wait to see your disbarment. And then your criminal investigation, because you really deserve one. In a subsequent text on October 5th, she wrote, I will definitely talk to you again. I will definitely talk to you again and no longer Avenatti. I do not like that he twisted my words. Oh, he did more than twisted your words. He literally put words in your mouth and then started somehow sending texts using your number. I mean, there should be some serious criminal investigating going on here right now. When you have shit like this going on where they're getting text messages from her that look like they were written by the fucking, you know, the law firm, these formally written texts, then they contact her and she's like, what the fuck? This is some sleazy shit. I mean, this is why I'm covering this. Avenatti needs to be kept in the fucking light of day with this type of shit. He needs to be exposed for his stuff. I mean, he was in bed with Feinstein. Playing games with her. And this is some seriously fucked up shit. It really is. And we're at a point where this stuff needs to be kept out there. We're at a point where the cockroaches are starting to scurry. And they're going under rocks. They're going under... Well, let's do this from like a house perspective. They're crawling under the TV. They're crawling under, you know, the dishes over in the sink area, in the strainer. You know, that they're scurrying under the freaking stove. We gotta move all these things and keep shining the light on them till we drive them the fuck out. Because the cockroaches need to go. Don't matter if they're on the left or the right, the cockroaches have got to go. The ones that seem to keep surviving all this shit, the scandal and everything else. The ones that are senile as fuck, can't keep their teeth in their mouth like Nancy Pelosi. You know, she's crazy, can't keep track of which president's fucking in office at any given time. And she spends, you know, most of the time fumbling with her fucking falsies in her mouth. But she's crooked as fuck on top of this. We got to get those cockroaches like her and Avenatti and all this out of politics. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.